Welcome to Army Radar Channel. We unravel history's battles and today's military actions, world wars and ongoing wars, and analyze the heroic achievements of individual soldiers to covert operations, defense forces, and armanets. Let's embark on this journey.
Hello everyone. The first weapon capable of killing a person appeared thousands of years ago. At that time, it could have been some more primitive options, but today we are talking about firearms, nuclear, biological, and even cybernetic weapons. Its ability to destroy entire countries in a matter of minutes makes people horrified. The South Korean Air Force is demonstrating its arsenal of precision-guided munitions. And we must admit that, judging by the video, they certainly have no issues with its accuracy. The military from South Korea aimed a high-precision missile at a certain point in the open sea. As you can see, the goal was achieved. For most of its flight, such a ballistic missile is in an uncontrolled motion. But the desired speed and direction are set to it already during the active part of the flight. They use a special control system from the ground. Such missiles perfectly The HIMARS multiple launch rocket system is a powerful fire support for the Army. Due to the rather long firing range, such a combat vehicle can significantly hit areas where enemy equipment and manpower are concentrated. And here we have strategic nuclear submarines of the Ohio type. These submarines have not had a single serious accident during the entire period of their usage. Such a Titan carries 24 ballistic missiles on board at once. The most important danger of ballistic missiles is that they can carry from 6 to 10 hypersonic maneuvering nuclear individual guidance units with a total mass of The super cannon, which was tested by the US military, successfully fired an artillery shell that hit a target at a distance of more than 70 kilometers. What an impressive sight! The Lockheed AC-130 is undoubtedly a real flying battery of direct support for ground forces units on the battlefield, and its unique layout allows you to hit ground targets very effectively. When such a huge number of shells flies along a certain trajectory, they almost always reach the set goal. And what can we do with extremely dangerous combat helicopters and supersonic aircraft? That's right, we can attack them at medium and extremely low altitudes with the help of powerful Stinger manpads. Precision-guided air-to-ground ammunition is a universal weapon and can hit a wide variety of types of targets. The automatic loading system of such a gun ensures the rate of fire of the gun is up to 9 rounds per minute. This makes the Swedish Archer the fastest howitzer in the world. The small-sized Harpoon missile is designed to destroy surface submarines, and its maximum firing range is from 90 to 220 kilometers. If you know a lot about weapons, then just saying the minigun M134 means a lot. You can witness a multi-barreled rapid-fire machine gun that will turn any target into dust. This explosion, which is rightfully considered the beginning of the nuclear era, occurred on July 16, 1945, as part of the Trinity test. When the plutonium bomb was dropped on Earth, its explosion was equivalent to about 21 kilotons of TNT. But we even had inhumane tests where soldiers had to observe a nuclear explosion and then perform training exercises simulating being on the battlefield. The tests of the AN-602, or the so-called SAR bomb, clearly demonstrated the possession by the Soviet Union of weapons of mass destruction, which was absolutely unlimited in power. The SAR bomb is the most powerful manufactured explosive device in the history of mankind. Moreover, and its technology is easy to operate and turns out to be economically profitable for production.
The destructive power of these projectiles depends on how fast they are moving and how heavy they are. Because a railgun projectile can move quickly, its destructive force is greater than a similar-sized traditional gun projectile. The U.S. Navy Dahlgren Division frequently demonstrated an 8-megajoule railgun, shooting 7.1-pound projectiles as a prototype of a 64-megajoule weapon that was intended for warships. Later, the energy for firing the railgun was pushed up even further. On January 31, 2008, the U.S. Navy tested a railgun that shot a projectile at a speed of 8,270 feet per second and 10.64 megajoules. Railguns have fired projectiles up to ranges of 100 miles. Care is taken to fire the railgun out to the ocean to prevent possible damage to infrastructure or loss of life. Unfortunately, railgun development has been halted by the United States for now in favor of projects such as longer-range missiles and even laser weapons. In 2020, a Navy ship used its laser weapon system to shoot down a flying drone nearby. This is part of the Navy's plan to deal with air threats at sea. The Navy said in a news release that the amphibious transport dock ship Portland successfully disabled an unmanned aerial vehicle while it was in the air during a test at sea on May 16. The laser on the Portland can be used to target not only drones, but also small boats. Time will tell exactly how big the solid-state laser will become and how effective it will be. For now, we can still rely on weapons like the Tomahawk cruise missile. The Tomahawk land attack missile is a long-range, all-weather, jet-powered subsonic cruise missile that is mostly used by the U.S. Navy and the Royal Navy to attack land from ranges of 1,000 miles or more, depending on the variant. Unlike railguns and lasers, missiles have to be reloaded. The process of loading missiles onto U.S. Navy ships has to be completed manually, that is, at the docks. Reloading at sea is a much more dangerous undertaking because of the weight of some missiles and the rolling motion of ships underway. The vertical launch system and personnel could be damaged or injured. Missiles like the Standard missile weigh in excess of 1,000 pounds. In the past, U.S. Navy ships were armed with cranes, but these were removed due to the dangers of rearming at sea. With possible hostilities with Russia and China looming, rearming at sea seems more likely. U.S. Navy torpedoes are another offensive weapon enemy ships have to contend with. This new Norwegian missile is used against ships and land targets. It has a range of up to 345 miles, depending on its attack profile. The final defense consists of the phalanx target them. They scramble F-18s or F-35s and attack the enemy facilities or ships. These aircraft are armed by ordnance men, distinctive in their red outfits. Ordnance men use various tools and vehicles to help them attach heavy weapons to aircraft like F-18s or F-35s. F-A-18s are being replaced by F-35 Lightning, but they still have a role to play. As navies worldwide keep aiming to improve the weapon systems of their battleships and aircraft, these weapons are becoming deadlier by the day. And with such frightful improvements, the casual onlooker can only wish that these weapons would never truly be used for their intended purpose.
Hey you, don't miss out our next video. Hit that subscribe button for exclusive videos and join our awesome community and enjoy. Subscribe now!